Today's video is for anyone who's ever felt drained, overwhelmed, or just plain lost in their relationships. If you've ever said yes when you really wanted to scream no, then yeah, this is for you. We're diving deep into the topic of boundaries, what they are, why they matter, and how learning to set them can quite literally change your life. So stick around, because by the end of this video, I promise you'll see boundaries not as walls but as doors to peace. And hey, if you're into personal growth, healing and wisdom that hits you in the gut sometimes, hit that subscribe button. You're in the right place. Part 1. The moment it hit me. You know that feeling when your phone buzzes and your heart sinks, not because it's bad news, but because you just don't want to answer. Yeah, that used to be me, all the time. A friend would ask for help. A family member would call. A coworker would dump another task on my plate. And I'd say yes, every single time. Why? Because I didn't want to seem selfish. I didn't want anyone to feel let down. And honestly, I didn't know how to say no. Then one day I was walking home from work, tired, angry, but mostly at myself. And that's when I stumbled on a book, an audiobook, actually, called Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Glover Torwub. I hit play, and man, that first chapter felt like she was talking right to me. Part 2. What are boundaries, really? Let's get one thing straight. Boundaries aren't walls. They're not about shutting people out. They're about letting the right people in, the right way. Think of boundaries like fences with gates. Not barbed wire, just structure. They show people where your space ends and theirs begins. A boundary can be, I don't respond to work emails after 7 p.m. Please don't raise your voice at me. I'm not comfortable talking about that. That's it. It's clarity, not cruelty. And as Tony Robbins says, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. Well, the quality of your relationships depends on the quality of your boundaries. Part 3. The cost of no boundaries. Here's the hard truth. If you don't set boundaries, your body will do it for you. Through stress, burnout, anxiety, even physical illness. I remember helping everyone else and ignoring myself, skipping lunch, working weekends, carrying other people's problems like they were my own. Until one day, I just broke down. I snapped at someone over something tiny, and I didn't recognize myself. That was the wake-up call. Your mind, your energy, your peace, all have limits. If you don't respect them, no one else will. Part 4. Why saying no feels so damn hard. Let's talk about this for a sec. Why is it so hard to say no? For most of us, it's fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of being seen as cold or selfish. Fear of conflict. But here's the thing I realized, and what Nedra teaches so well. If someone leaves your life because you set a healthy boundary, they were never really in it for you. Damn, that hit me hard. Look, the people who love you will respect your no. They'll understand. They might not love it, but they'll respect it. And the ones who get angry when you create limits, they were benefiting from you having none. That's not love. That's control. Part 5. You teach people how to treat you. This one changed everything for me. You don't just set boundaries for yourself. You set them to teach others how to treat you. Every time you say yes, when you mean no, you're teaching people that you're always available, that your time doesn't matter, that your needs come second. But when you start saying things like, I can't do that today, but maybe another time, I need time for myself this weekend. That joke made me uncomfortable. You're teaching people that you respect yourself. And the beautiful thing is, when you start doing that, they start doing it too. Boundaries are contagious, in the best way. Part 6. Boundaries can change. And that's okay. Here's another myth we need to crush. Setting a boundary once doesn't mean it lasts forever. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to adjust based on what you need. I used to think, well, I already agreed, so I guess I have to stick with it. But no, that's people-pleasing talking. You can decide you need more space, or less. You can pull back from a friendship. You can stop explaining yourself all the time. Growth means change, and boundaries evolve with you. Part 7. Practice makes peace. Let's be real. This stuff doesn't get mastered overnight. You'll mess up. You'll overcommit. You'll fall back into old habits. That's okay. You're learning. Every uncomfortable conversation is a rep. Every no you say is a muscle, getting stronger. The first few times I tried to set a boundary, I was shaking. My voice cracked. My heart raced. But I did it anyway. And each time, it got easier. Not perfect, just easier. As Brian Tracy once said, confidence comes from discipline and training. That applies to boundaries too. Part 8. Real-life tips that helped me. All right, let me give you some practical tools that helped me start setting boundaries without guilt. Use I statements. Say, I feel overwhelmed when I don't get quiet time. Not, you're always talking too much. Start small. Practice with low-stakes situations. Say no to that extra Zoom call, or delay a favor. Small wins. Silence is okay. You don't have to fill the gap after saying no. Let it land. Pause. Breathe. Remember your why. You're not doing this to be mean. You're doing it to protect your peace. Repeat as needed. Some people need reminders. That's normal. Stay consistent. Part 9. When you start to feel guilty. Here's a quick story. Last year, a friend asked me to help them move. I had already planned a weekend for myself. No plans, just rest. Old me would have said yes, no question, but I paused. And I said, I love you, but I really need this weekend to recharge. And you know what? They said, totally get it. Maybe we can hang next week. The world didn't end. They didn't hate me, and I felt proud of myself. Guilt showed up, but it passed. Guilt is not a stop sign. It's just a signal that you're doing something new. And growth always feels awkward at first. So, what's the big takeaway? Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about pulling yourself closer to who you really are. They help you protect your time, your peace, your energy. They remind the world and yourself that you matter too. So here's what I'll leave you with. You are not a bad person for putting yourself first. You are not selfish for needing space. You are worthy of relationships that honor your limits. If this message spoke to you, drop a comment. Tell me about a boundary you want to set this week. Let's grow together. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. This is the Wisdom Path, and we're just getting started. See you in the next one.